Hello everyone. Let me ask you a very quick question. Let's say a business made $1 million revenue. So is that a good number? It seems good at first glance, but there is an important detail that is missing from it. How much each customer spend per order? Because the thing is, every business can achieve the same revenue target, but they can perform very differently. For example, in one company, a customer is spending around $20 per order, while in another company, a customer is spending $200 per order. And that difference clearly changes how business grow, how marketing works, and how the company can be profitable. And this is something we called average order value, and it is often called as AOV. And this is something that we will be doing in today's video. I'll show you quick and step-by-step formulas which you can follow, and then I will also help you make a good dashboard which you can just share to your executive team or to your leadership. So let's jump right into it. All right. This is the final dashboard that we will be building. Here we can clearly analyze the average order value by time, and we can even see the average order value that we have so far, and also to analyze the peaks of it, and then also the marketing impact of it, and finally the overview tab. So let me first show you the data that I will be using. So it's actually a Kaggle data set that I used. This is the data set. Here we have different tables. We have customers table, and then we have the discounts table, where we have provided different discounts percentages on different coupon codes, and the marketing spent, how much we actually spent on different marketings. And then the master table, which contains a couple of information like customer ID, transaction ID, and then product related information, and then how much each product got ordered or not. And then finally tax related information. So it's a good data set which we will be using to calculate the average order value. So let's jump into the average order value as I showed you previously, what it is. So it's basically measures how average amount we spend per transaction. The formula is simple. So let's say we have our total revenue, and we will simply divide that by the total transaction. For example, if a customer has given us a revenue of $200 from his or her 10 transactions, so AOV would be $200 divided by 10. So it would be around $20 per order, right? And again, why AOV is important? Because it's clearly show the average customer spending per order. It also helps us increasing revenue without acquiring new customer. For example, we figure out we have these customers who are spending less per orders, so we can somehow engage them through different marketing campaigns to push them to order more in each transaction. So this is how we can perform that. And then also the major like opportunities of upselling and cross selling to really increase the revenue per order. So this is how we do that. And we actually got an executive request from our leadership, and they actually want to look at the average order value trend over time, and then the high average order value products and categories, in which like product or categories we are getting larger order values other than the other categories, and then also marketing impacts out of it. And for example, we also provided discount, how it is impacting in customer spending and in our revenue growth. So this is how it's getting calculated over here, and it's actually answering all of the questions that is being asked by the executive team. We can filter them out by different categories. For example, I want to look at the by Android. I can just clearly see that we have a dip in July and August as well. And one important thing is just to make sure we can actually calculate the overall average order value, but it's more relevant if we do that by different product categories, because in businesses there can be scenarios where we have a one category which is, let's say, electronics. Then we normally have every product of high like order value, or its price is very very high, so it definitely makes sense to have a high like order value. So this is why we need to also calculate the average order value not only by overall but also by different categories and product itself, so we can clearly see the trend between each categories as well. So yes, and in terms of marketing impacts, and I've actually showed a comparison over here, how much we actually spend and how much it actually impacted the overall sales revenue. We can see a bit peak over here, and also we also seeing a peak in sales revenue as well. And then also the discount impact to revenue by products. Here I'm actually looking at the revenue by different product category, product name, and with different like discount percentages. Okay. So yes, let's jump into the like blank PBX file, where I will step by step show you how to build that dashboard as it is. So here I've actually imported all the tables of the data set that I showed you. So here I actually did like auto relationship check, and it identified all the relationships. Also, these are very simple. We have like customers is connected on customer ID, and then we have the GST detail. I think that would be connected using product category, because that is a common key over here. Marketing spend is like alone. We can actually combine that by date from this table. But I think the issue would be if we connect that through this, then Power BI would not be able to create a hierarchy of this date table. So here we normally follow two approaches. We either create a calendar table, which is always a good approach. But for the simplicity, I don't want to go into calendar table. I just need to, I believe, create a like date for reference. So I can just quickly create that date for reference. Here, I would just need to refer to the transaction date itself, and I'll just hit enter. Sorry. Oh, it's just asking me to do that. Let me just click tick. Okay, so we got the date, and let me actually link that with this one, and I'll just click save. Okay, it's connected. And the thing that I'm showing to you is, for example, if you look at the date for reference, it's not showing me hierarchy, but for this one, it's showing me hierarchy. I want to keep the hierarchy. But when we connect different tables, then we actually lose the hierarchy. This is why I actually created a reference. So yes, our like relationship and data model is all good. It's complete. Now let's try to create some of the measures that we need. For this, what I generally do is I first create a table, which would be measures. And here I actually keep all of the measures that I need just to organize the things. Let it load. Okay. So it's over here. We got customers, and here we got different customer IDs, and we also got customer IDs over here. It's a master table. We can just choose this one or this one. Let me actually calculate that from the customer ID itself. So let's say if I have to say number of customers we have, that would just be a sum of customer IDs from the customer table. Sorry, it would be a count, or we can, for the safer approach, we can use the distinct count. Although it's a main customer table, it should be unique, but just for the safe side, we can actually use a distinct count if for some kind of bug or some kind of issue we face repetition. So we are good to go over here. I'll just delete this one because I don't really need it now. Okay, so we got number of customers. We can have a number of transactions. Okay, so here we would, the formula would be number of transactions is equal to, here I would just use a distinct count to the number of transactions IDs. This would give me the number of transactions, and I got number of transactions. And let's focus on calculating the average order value. For the average order value, we need the total revenue, and then we need the number of transactions. We have calculated the number of transactions. We actually need total revenue now. How can we calculate total revenue? We have quantity and we have average price over here. The reason why I think it's showing average price is because from the time we have actually changed the price of like different products. So this could be the reason for that. And for example, if you look at this product, the value is same. And let me filter by any product. For example, I filter this one. Okay, so the value is a bit changing, right? So for example, if you see over here, we have one quantity and at this price, and then we have two quantities at this price. So this is what you can say the average price. And in order to calculate the total revenue, what we will do is we will just multiply, I would say total sales revenue, because otherwise it's not the total. Yeah, it's the total revenue, and in order to calculate the total amount that we got in our pocket, so that would include the substitution from tax and all of that stuff. So for the simplicity, we'll just do a multiplication of quantity multiplied by average price. So this would give me the total sales revenue. Simple. So I'll keep it to currency. I'll just change its rounding to 2. I'll also make sure it should also be in currency format. Okay, and now we got this column. We can just refer to this column and create a variable. That would be just the total revenue, total sales revenue. Here I would just do a sum of sales revenue table, this one. And I can also change its data type to currency. Okay, so we got total sales revenue, we got number of transactions, and let's say what else we can do. So now that we got these two things, let's just try to calculate the average order value, the main measure that we actually need. So that would be average order value, or simply AOV. Here we just need to divide total revenue by total number of transactions. And it would definitely look into by customers, by product category, because we are picking these measures from this base table online sales. So we are good to go over here. And what else we can do? Uh, Let me just look at the tables. It's always my best practice to create a measures at start that I need just for a quick dashboarding. So for example, we have 10-year months over here. What we can try to do is we can create a measure that would be average customers 10-year months. Here I can just do an average of 10-year. So this would give me an idea of each customer's lifespan, how much each customer is like engaging with us over a period of time. I think we are good to go over here. This one also. And here I think we can create a new column, and that column would be, let's say, total spend, or briefly it would be total marketing spend. Here I would just do a sum of offline sales plus online sales. And it would also be in dollars. So I'll just make sure that as well very quickly. So this would also be in dollar. And by the way, when we hit currency, it actually by default keep it maybe till 2 digits, but it's always make sure to do it this way. Okay, so we got this, and we can actually create now a measure for the like total marketing spend. So that would be total marketing spend, and here we would just do a sum of marketing spend column that we just created, and that would also be in dollars. Okay, perfect. So we got this, and other than that, we have like in this table, products, some informations of different products. So we can have some sort of measures. We will be just telling to our executive the number of product or number of product categories we have. Let's say product categories. So here we will just do a distinct count of categories. Let's say from this table, and other than that, we have the number of products as well. Number of products. Here we would again do the distinct count, but this time on products itself. It's a product description. Okay, let's just go back. We got product categories, and within product category, we got different products. And in each product, we also have different SKUs of each product. So let me just randomly filter that out. So for example, we have this product and we have different SKU units of each product, right? So I think it makes sense. And what else we can do over here? And also, if we go back over here, coupon code, it actually shows the coupon codes. And if we go back over here, we got also this column, which is coupon status, and it's either clicked, either not used or used. So we can somehow create a measure which actually shows us a percentage of how much coupon is used. So we can just quickly create that out. For example, for this, I would say something like coupon used percentage. For this, I would need to use a calculate table, sorry, formula. Here, I would just do a count rows of online sales. The reason why I'm doing it's count rows, because if we look at this table, we have like coupon code for different product SKUs. So it's actually not by transaction, it's actually by each product. So for example, if I just try to filter on any transaction ID, for example, I do it over here. So as you can see, like we got different like coupon status for each product, or in short, each SKUs. Within product, we have different SKUs. So this is why I'm doing count rows over here. So I can just count the number of like coupons that are utilized. Where it is, okay, here it is. So we got count rows here. I would just apply a filter of on coupon status, and that filter would be if it's used, then it means we got coupon that is used, and it would give me a number, and I would actually need to divide that number by the total number of rows, right, from the sales table. So that would be a pool of all the coupons that we provided. Okay, We are good to go over here. Let me change that into a percentage. I can just repeat this. Okay. So let's just try to build a dashboard very quickly. So for this, and by the way, let me show you average order value quickly. So this is the average order value over here. I can just change that to 0. And let's say keep it to 0. Otherwise, we got a lot of rounds off over there. Okay. So we got this average order value, and we will try to look at by different product categories, and we'll also see the impact of it. Okay. So what I will do is let me just copy and paste the requirements that we got from the different dashboard that I showed you at the start of the video, so that we have that over here, which we can just refer and create some dashboarding. Okay, so here we can see like we need to calculate AOV trend over time. So that would be our first, like you can say, the focus. So what we would do is we would, let's say, uh, add a line chart, and here we would just add the average order value first, this one, and we would calculate that by the number of transactions, right? And let me see where we are. This is by like months. We need it by month. I believe it makes more sense to look at by months. I think the data is for 2019. So it's good to look at by months over here. So we got this, and let's also add some more things over here. I'll just add a text box, and here I would say something like average order value just for the title. I normally prefer this text format, and let me keep it this large, and let me change its color to sky blue. It's good. Okay, so I can just add that over here. Okay, and we got average order value title, and other than that we can have let's say first cards. For the cards, what I can do is I can use the I think this one. Yes, I think let's use this one. And here, for example, we can firstly show the number of customers we have. We have this much of customer, and we can a bit customize that based on the like format we will be using and the coloring schemes. So for the cards, I think we are good to go over here. For the call out, for the value, we would change its text format to Verdana, and we would change the color to sky blue. And same is the case with label. We would change that to sky blue as well. And for the font, I would again change that to Verdana. Okay. So yes, I think we are good over here. So we got number of customers. Okay. And also I can just add a reference bar. Maybe it looks good. Let me see where it is. Reference layout, multi-layer, cards. Yeah, here it is, action bar. Power BI has actually changed the different visuals. Normally we had another card, and this is why I got a bit confused. So we got this action bar, and I would change its color to this one, and I can a bit increase its width as well. Let's say I would change that to this one. And we got like number of customers. In the same way, we can add the number of transactions as well. So we got number of transactions, and also we can have some other important KPIs. For example, let's say average customer tenure month. That is an important matrix for in order to understand the customer lifetime value. And other than that, what we can do is we can also add the average order value, right? So we got average order value. Actually, let me a bit decrease the font of this. So we have a bit more space over here. So I'll just keep it to 20, maybe, or I can just reduce more. I think let's keep that to 18. And for the labels, I would keep that to 11, I believe. Yes, 11 is good. So otherwise, I'll have to do it on all of these. The simplest and best approach would be to copy and paste again and just quickly change the years that we added previously. We added number of transactions, and we then added the average customer tenure, and then we added the average order value, this one, and then we can also add the like total sales revenue we got. Okay, so I'll just a bit format this so that it's set over here. We need more space for this. I think this much, and for this one we would have till here, I believe here. And for the sales revenue, we actually need more space. So let me just add it to the end. Okay, yes, I think we are good to go over here. Okay, so we got this, and let's focus on this now. What I can do is for the title, I can just change its, you can say the color to something like yellow, which I showed you previously. Let me just copy the hex code from the file. It's just the exact hex code, and I will attach the PBIX link, so you can always download that as well. So background would be this one, that is yellow, and text I would change the font to Verdana, and I'll just increase the size of it. Okay, we got this, and for the x-axis, I can just remove the title because it's obvious we are seeing like the months over here. I'll just increase the size a bit, change that to Verdana. And for the y-axis, I'll just do the same. I'll just remove the title, and for the values, that would be Verdana. And yes, we are good to go over here. And I can even turn off that and turn on the data labels. So to see the like values by each peak. So we got this, and I can change its value to Verdana as well. And for the background, I can add the this color that we have like used or being used. Okay, so I think we can just keep that to 35. Okay, so we got this, and also for the title, what I can do is I can just keep it. Yeah, it's this one. I can just make that to center. And we actually need the average line over here, the average order value that we have over a period of time. For this, we can use the reference line. And here we can add a reference line. And for the type, we would choose the average line. So I can just rename that to something like AOV average line. Okay. And for the like the line, and I'll just keep that to 0. And it's good to have dot. Okay, let's keep it this, and we can scale by width, and we can turn on the data label for that. So it's showing 186, which is actually matching with the average order value that we calculated by using the custom measure. We got this. I'll just turn off that, and I don't have access to increase the size a bit, uh, but it seems a bit slow, or you can say it is a very little, so it is a bit hard to read that out. Uh, but I can't really change that out. It's the UI limitation, I believe, for now. They may add that later. So we got this, and let me just fit it over here. And also, it's this one over here. And I can also add a bit area, shaded area at the bottom. I can increase like the transparency to, let's say, 80. Yeah, this makes more sense. So we have these peaks where we are seeing like the average order value is increasing, and very quickly we can calculate the matrix. So for the matrix, what we will be doing is we would be let's say adding firstly the product category, We got product category. Then we will be adding the product description, and we can also add the product SKU. And in the column, we can actually add the transactions date, and here we can actually keep only the like months. And for the value, we can add the average order value that we got over here. So this is how we can look at by different category and by different product and then by SKU as well. So let me keep that it here. So within this like product, we have different SKUs. So this is how we can just add that. And yes, we are good to go over here. And very quickly, we can add the like title of it. So the title would be something like AOV by product category, the product itself, and SKU by month. So we can see the trend going on. So for the like text, that would be black, and for the background, that would be this one, just to match. So we got this, and we can add the slicers over here. So for this, I'll go to home, and here I would choose the old slicer that we have been using, this one. And here I'll firstly add, let's say, product category. So I'll just add that product category. Okay, it's not loading. I believe let me do that from here. Product category, and I'll change that to slicer setting to drop down. And very quickly, I'll just turn off this, and I'll change that to product category, and I'll change its font to Verdana, text to black, and the background to this one. And for the values, I think we are good to go over here. So this is how we will have a like product category, and I can turn on the search, so we can search that as well. And in the same way, we can have the product name itself. So for this, I'll just add the product description. And since I added the customized title, so I'll have to change that. So we got product name, and in the same way, we can add the SKUs as well. So we can drill down further. Let's say if anybody wants to look at by specific SKU, and we can also add some of the information of customer as well from the customer table. So that would be customer. Let's say the location of a customer. We got different locations, and here we can say something like customer location. And let me copy and paste again. And in the same way, we can also add the gender. Okay, so we got these like slicers over here, which we can customize accordingly, and it will actually help us filter and look at the data by each product as well. And very quickly, we can add button to navigate. This would be this button, it would be, and I would need to a bit customize that. And for this, I'll just go to style, and here no, I think I need to go to shape, and here the one I would choose is this one. I prefer this one. And let's go to formats style now. And here, let's say if the specific like page is selected, then I want firstly the font to be Verdana, Verdana, Verdana. And then for the fill, I want the color to be a yellow. And for the like text itself, I want the color to be black. Okay, and we got that for the selected. And let's say if it is let's say pressed, then what I can do is I can just maybe change its font to white or and fill to sky blue. So, and now if I just press that, so you can clearly see like when I just press that, it just changed that. And for the selected one, it's showing me this one. So, and let's try to copy that and perform the other steps. Okay, so we have duplicated this page, and for the first page, I would want this to be something like average order value, VALUE, and AOV. And for the second page, this would be something like marketing impact. Here, our focus would be this one. And if we just go back to the exec quest, we got AOV over time, we got high AOV products and categories. We can actually sort them out by different products and clearly look at the trend. So this is something that can be done through here. And now our focus is on marketing spend. So here, uh, I'll just keep this format. And for the cards, what I will do is here I would just need to add like all the KPIs which are relevant to this one, the marketing impacts. For example, I can add something like the number of product categories we have, and here I can just replace that with the like the number of products. Okay, and here we can also have a measure, and that measure would be total marketing spent, how much amount we actually spent so far, and out of the amount that we spent, what is the revenue that we got. So here we can add the total, uh, the total sales revenue number, this one. And finally, here we can add the coupon use percentage. So we got 33% of the time people actually use the coupon code. It's a bit low. Maybe we are not delivering that to customers uh, very often, or you can say not every customer knows that we have a coupon code available, something like this. We can further drill down that as well. So here, what we can try to do is we can just keep it this way, and instead of adding the like let's say we can keep the date, but here for the y-axis we can actually add the total marketing spent and then the total sales revenue. Okay, so the number seems same. It may be an issue of a table relationship. I think it's one-sided relationship. This is the reason. Let's change that to a close field. I hope that solves the problem. Okay, so we got this now. And yes, I think we are good to go over here. The only thing that we can change is total marketing spend and total sales revenue trend. Okay, so a bit like concise that. And also we can add the markers over here. It looks a bit good. Okay, and same way we can add the markers here as well. I'll just go over here, and here I'll just turn that on. So we got this, and let's now try to add the CN decomposition tree, sorry. And let me actually do one thing, that is I'll just copy and paste from this one. So some of the customizations or coloring schemes remain same. I'll just remove that, and I'll just change the visual to decomposition tree. And here I would be analyzing the total sales revenue, and I would explain that by firstly product category, then by let's say product description, and by let's say now uh, coupon percentage where it is yes, discount coupon. And for this one I would let's say keep that to sorry discount percentage. Okay, so now let's just try to see the trend. So we got total sales, we got this product category which actually gave us good amount of revenue. We can just look at by each category in which we are interested. For example, I'm interested in looking into apparel, why it got let's say less revenue this year. So I can just see that. And sorry, the discount, it would be inexplained by. Let me change the order to the bottom. And for example, we let's say we look at this Google 12 cap, and we see we gave a 10% discount, 20%. The values are same for all. I think I'll have to turn the dual mode here as well for the both, because we are applying filters in both sides. Okay, so the values are same. Let me see what is the other issue. Oh, so it's actually connected with this one, and we are using this table. So what I can do is I can just directly connect that table with this one product category. it would be a man-to-man relationship. I know that. Okay. And one thing to note here is, so for the man-to-man relationship, I would make sure it's turned on for both. And here, I think the values may be same for all of these. Let me look at by some other description maybe to see if really the values are same. Okay, so values are same. So I think values are same because of the issue. If we just see the table like product discount coupon, it's actually giving us discount by each category and then also by month. So this is actually an aggregation column. This is why we can't really use that over here even after applying the like relationship. So what we can try to do is we can just create another table, and in that table, for example, we can say something like average discount percentage given by a product category. So our goal is to find that per product category, let's say. So for this, I would need to use a summarize function. Here I would refer to the discount coupon table, and I would want it to group by product category. And here I want to have a average discount percentage given, and here I would just need to do an average of percentage discount. I think this makes more sense to add. So now that we got this uniquely, so what we can do is we got this table and we can try to create a relationship of this table. And here we would just protect the product category, and this is one-to-many relationship now. So let's just try to add that over here. So for example, what I will do is I'll just instead of selecting percent discount, I would just select that from the table that we just created. So we got this table. It's actually product average discount. So for example, if we look at average discount for this one, we got this average discount. And for let's say we got average discount for any other product, then we obviously got 20 over here. And for you can say the if we just look at by each category, okay, so we would also look at the discount by each category as well. So yeah, this is how we can do that. And for the first page, this is what it looks like. And let me just go back to the original like PBX file that I showed you at the start. We just need to a bit customize that, otherwise it's all good now. So let me just go back and give you the final words of that. Okay, so here we go. And here just need a correction. I'll just do that and add that over here. We just need to do an average to truly look into it, or other than that, if I just duplicate that, what we can do is we can also for example show the average that I showed you previously. For example, let me go back to the previous dashboard again, and here if you can see that what I can do is for example, if, let's say I go over here, and here I just add the product category and then the average discount we got. This is something that we can show as well, and we can see like it's 20 for all, because in some cases we provided 10 and in some cases we provided 20. So and in some cases we provided 30. So I think we provided from January to let's say January to, if I just sort that by each category, we'll see a pattern here. Firstly, we provided by 10%, then we provided by 20%, then we provided by 30%. So this is the pattern, and this is why when we did the average, it just gave us a value of 20. So this is how we can look into it. And yeah, so that's how you can actually analyze the average order value and marketing impacts using Power BI. So with dashboards like this, business can understand customer spending behavior and identify opportunities to increase revenue without necessarily increasing the number of customers. So yeah, if you find this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more Power BI and data related projects. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.